I'm going to say this again. Date multiple people. Just sweet Dr. Lori. I help high-achieving Black women date in Paris, and I give dating advice. I don't know why it's so hard for women to get this concept of dating multiple people. Is it the patriarchy that has us brainwashed? Is it society that has us brainwashed? Men are dating multiple people. You should too.
This is exactly who I was talking about in a few videos that I've made in past, how baby boomers sold this idea to Generation X that we should just focus on our degrees and focus on our careers and then prioritize marriage later. This is who it is. This is the foundation of feminism right here. You're looking at it.
Like I said, I don't know why it's so difficult to think that this is the way that dating should be. I mean, how do you know? Sometimes you don't even really know what you like. And it may take multiple people to figure that out. And then if you are mature like I am, you recognize that there may not be the one that you might like James because he's creative and you go to art galleries. You might like Victor because he cooks for you. You might like Steve because he's a great conversationalist. And yeah, it would be great to have all of that in one person, but sometimes it doesn't exist in one person. And just going on one date with one person and deciding to just make them be exclusive, you don't know somebody based on one date. And it may seem like it's hard to date more than one person, but it's not. And I do it internationally. I do.
Did Dr. Lori just admit to being a 304 internationally? I don't understand.
I date people in France. And if I'm telling you it's not that hard, it's not that hard. And I don't get people mixed up. So date more than one person. Dating is not about monogamy. If you want to find your person, you need to date more than one person. This is Dr. Lori.
This is the blueprint for Dr. Lori. This is who you guys are listening to. Are we serious here? I would say whose grandma is this, but she probably ain't got no kids and she's probably never been married before. Look, let's be real about who Dr. Lori is talking to. Okay, she's not talking to wives and she's obviously not talking to mothers. She's not talking to women who want to build families. She's talking to single women. She's talking to women who are older, divorced, possibly bitter, and already set in their ways. And unfortunately, she's selling them a lie. And the lie is pretty simple, too. She wants these women to date like us. She wants she wants women to keep a roster and don't commit but play the field. And she makes it sound classy, like it's a James Bond movie when she says dating internationally in Paris, in France. Strip all of that down, right? And it's the same poison women have been drinking for 60 plus years. What has it produced? That's what you got to ask yourself when you're taking advice from these women. From these people, not just her, but people like her. What has it produced? Broken marriages, sky-high divorce rates, single mothers struggling, an entire generation of women so miserable that they sell their bodies on OnlyFans to try and make some money. Because not everybody who's on OnlyFans is making money, which is crazy. This is what happens when women follow the blueprint of feminism. This is what happens when they listen to women like Dr. Lori. And here's the thing about women like her. They usually have multiple degrees. PhD, probably 2 master's degrees, a stack of diplomas, but nothing to show for it in real life. Like, where's your husband? The family, the legacy? I'll tell you what happens. They trade in their most fertile, beautiful years, chasing careers and degrees. And when it's all over, the only thing that they've got left is a framed piece of paper and a story about how they used to date in Paris, getting their cheeks clapped by Enrique and Steve and John and Paul. That's all they have. And that's who younger women are listening to right now. That's who's setting the standard on social media. A 70-year-old single woman with gray hair still talking about dating multiple men as if that's the formula to success. She's a doctor. That's what we're talking about. But let's be honest. If her method was working, if it worked, which it hasn't, she wouldn't be alone today. She wouldn't be online preaching this nonsense. She'd be at home with her husband, surrounded by her children and her beautiful grandchildren, living out fruits of a life well lived. But she can't speak on that because she never built that. That's what's unfortunate. So instead, she passes her misery down like an inheritance. And she'll tell younger women, do what I did. You guys got to live like me. Stay free. Stay independent. Keep your options open. Meanwhile, what she's really saying is stay single, stay lonely, and end up just like me. Make sure you buy a dog because you're going to die alone. And that's the part younger women don't get today. They think feminism is really empowerment. And they think dating around is freedom. But what it really is, it's a setup. It's a trap. It's a fast track to being 40, 50, 60 years old and realizing you wasted your best years listening to old women who never figured it out themselves. That's the reality. So I'll ask you this. What kind of life do you want? Do you want to be 70 years old, single, bragging about dates in Paris, being a international 304? Or do you want to be 70 years old, married, sitting next to your husband, surrounded by your children and your grandchildren with something real to show for your life? I think anybody with common sense is going to choose the latter. But what do I know? I barely made it out of college. All I have is an associate's degree. I'm an average, you know what? I'm a below average student. Always was. Barely made it out of high school. What do I know? I don't know anything. I'm just a husband, a father, and that's it. Leave it in the comments, folks, and I'll see you guys on the next one.